and brush air gently over her heated system. Tara was now remembering that in her quasi-dream, the thing that roused her to catch the magic moment of silence, the frog she had seen on the trail. Though in her dream it was in car-sized frog form, it had looked her in the eye and croaked, "The chickens have come home to roost." It was terrifyingly Alfred Hitchcock-esque. What did that even mean? The chickens have come home to roost. Something about karma. Some action or inaction reflecting back. Usually bad. Tara swung out of the bed to go pee, feeling her way through the room without turning on the lights. Chickens coming home to roost could be a good thing. After all, Tara tried to be a good person. An imperfect person, sure, room to grow, ways to be better, but for the most part she lived a reasonable life with a smile on her face, a kind word on her lips, a helping hand. Chickens roosting might be okay. Lifting the lid, Tara slid her panties down her thighs and plopped onto the toilet. Tara pushed the mountain chicken out of her thoughts to replace it with, "The early bird catches the worm." Yeah, she preferred that to chicken thoughts. Not only was the phrase proactive and inspiring, up and at 'em, it also made a heck of a lot more sense. Right now, worms were what Tara did for a living. Tara was a glorified worm hunter, and she loved to tell people that, just to see the bemused, lost expressions that followed. Worm hunter. Such a glamorous existence, she muttered. Yep. 10 years of university and the attainment of a doctorate degree to do the exact same thing she did as a 5-year-old in her mother's backyard. Dig worms. Tara dragged a length of paper from the roll and tore off the section, wondering if other people talked out loud to themselves like this. Granted, she was the only human being around. She only saw people on her once-a-week trip down the mountain. She liked it. And didn't. Left to her own thoughts, things could get dark. Existential dread. With a flush and a hand wash, Tara headed back to her room and climbed onto her bed. Leaning over the table, she clicked on the little bedside lamp with a 15-watt bulb that eased her into her day. While Tara might be alone in talking to herself out loud, she certainly wasn't the only one in her research cohort who fought off existential dread. Tara was part of a government-funded research program headed by Dr. Guha. Their task? Find innovative, out-of-the-box ways to deal with climate changes. The diverse group that Dr. Guha had put together all read the same scientific journals. They all had their finger on the same data points, all knew the truth those numbers told. Existential dread was pervasive in their group. Afraid of the scientists' burnout rate, and having had one of her researchers commit suicide, Guha hired a therapist, Dr. Masami, to try to calm everyone's nerves. "Do you feel your job makes you prone to anxiety?" Masami had asked Tara. "Pretty much, yeah," Tara had shrugged. The first piece of advice Masami handed out to their team was to narrow their focus to a single issue. Don't take on all of the world's problems. Narrow things down as much as possible. The problem Tara was focused on was polystyrene foam, the ubiquitous packaging used for disposable hot coffee cups and takeout menu orders. While plastic accumulation already got a lot of attention and funding, polystyrene foam, not so much. It accumulated in the landfills where it would hang out for like 500 years, an ever-growing mountain of disposed foam. In the lab, Tara had discovered that the chemical components in the foam were the same, in large part, as the root of the doubloon plant, a plant that was only found in one place in the world, here in Dominica. Rare and endangered, Tara had to apply for special permission to work around the plants. What did this have to do with worms? People would ask. The doubloon root was eaten, digested, and turned to fertile soil by a unique species of worm. This worm, thankfully, could also devour other plants and was not on any endangered species list. It made collecting them for study less fraught. And since Tara was removing the worms that would kill off the endangered doubloon, Tara was, in fact, helping to save the species. Tara had done some initial studies in the lab, feeding the worms polystyrene. On a petri dish-sized scale, there was demonstrable success. That success was interesting enough to gain funding from the U.S. government.